Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Patriots going up against the Lions. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the New England Patriots and the Detroit Lions. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'm actually surprised they didn't get out of that play. I didn't see anyone pressing the line of scrimmage for the defense.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's the option going right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
That's taken on the 25. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Come on, let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got time. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And here's a look at the starting offense. On play action, they'll throw. Surveying the field. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Pats on third. 59 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Try again with the arm here on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Lions. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure that
he rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Good use of the pass there to pick up the 1st down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Shift together here from the D-line. From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Point after here coming up. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now out come the Patriots. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's right. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw. And that's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Gun now on 3rd down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe that.
Bash. Super toe.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
4 down, 4 down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Here we go now. Green.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And his throw is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Ohio. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because
he rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it.
And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic, and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Come on, let's go. 1-9.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Let's go. 3-19.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They're going to look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And it's taken in at the 9. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Patriots take over. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half?
Because tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Play action. They'll throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
Single. Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking left side, and it's complete. They give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so that when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. You give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down. And what a grab. That's one, Charles, that kind of leaves you and I speechless up here in the booth.
We used to think we'd see these types of catches once a season. Now I feel like we're seeing them once a game.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll run it here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's fielded at the 34. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding time. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Let's round.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. And that stretches the lead to 27. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up fourth down now. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job, execute it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Now on third and long, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on third down plays, but when you go for it on fourth down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 15 and a first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down following the run.
Watching that body. No. Check. Patriot.
Now they try the right side here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he fields it cleanly. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On play action, they'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense, unfortunately ended in a big drop.
Back to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
One final shot. They'll look under pressure. They got him again. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Lions, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.